Hello everyone, War here, and welcome to my build guide for my Lightning Strike Shadow. This character is a lot of fun to play, have good clear speed, good survivability, and it's overall really fun to play. And I really like the new update to the Lightning Strike. You fire more projectiles than before, you don't have to use lesser multiple projectiles or greater multiple projectiles anymore. You will fire a lot of projectiles when your skill leveling up to higher level. So I'm gonna do the usual. I'm gonna go over my passive skill tree, my gear, and the gems I'm using. And as always, if you have any questions about the build, feel free to ask me in the comments. So let's take a look at my passive skill tree, my gear, and the gems I'm using. If you have any questions about my passive skill tree, gear, and gems, feel free to ask me in the comments, and I'm gonna do my best to answer them. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with my passive skill tree, starting as a shadow, obviously. I took the physical and chaos damage nodes here, and then I went for both the physical damage nodes and the attack speed nodes. The chaos damage I don't really need because I don't care about the chaos damage, I just took them for the increased physical damage. I took coordination, I took soul siphon, I have the blood siphon, I took trickstery, which actually increased both your crit chance, give you some nice intelligence and some elemental damage. I took assassination, I took cold-hearted calculation, I took growth and decay and all of this life energy, which are really nice. My older version of this build did not have any life regen at all. I have Night Stalker, really nice note. I have Written in Blood. I went down here to take Mind Drinker, which are one of the premier ways to get mana back in this build. Then I have Flying and Adia's Touch. I took Sniper because to increase my projectiles damage and speed. I had Nullification. I took all of these life nodes here and Blood Drinker. I have Depth Perception. I have Fang of the Viper. And I have Will of Blades and Sleight of Hands. And I went down here to take From the Shadows, which are really, actually pretty nice. I have not taken it before, but it turns out to be a really nice note. This build can have a problem with getting enough strength, so I using this one here. I can't really pronounce the name, but this unique Yule here will transform your dexterity into strength instead, which increases both your melee damage and increases your life, which are really nice. You can get some strength here. I have Harrier, I have Hide Killer, this life nodes here, which is actually a good way to get back some life if you're killing enemies fast. I can take a True Strike, which I'm probably gonna do when I'm leveling up more, which are really nice. So I'm going to take this one later. I went this way. I have a Unwavering Stance, and I'm gonna talk about how I have it. So evasion give me absolutely nothing, but this is the fastest way I could travel to this side of the tree. I have Profane Chemistry for life and also some increased life recovery from Flask, which are nice. I have Sentinel here. I have Berserking for increased attack speed. If you want to dual wield, it's no bad idea actually to get these dual wielding nodes here. If you will dual wield with this build, because you can both dual wield and use a shield, and I'm gonna go with that in just a second. And I took all this big life wheel here, and I took Path of the Warrior, and that's pretty much it. This is a pretty efficient build, and I don't have a lot of travel to things I want to take. So I'm gonna now go and take a look at my gear I'm using. I can start with my weapon. I'm using Bane's Kitchen Knife, which are a little bit pricey, but you can use other knives as well. Try to get a knife which have as high physical damage as possible, as high crit chance as possible, and as high attack speed as possible. That is the most important thing. I'm using Bane's Kitchen Knife for its superior crit chance, and also have a really good physical damage. But it is a little bit slow, so if I could, I would get a knife which have more attack speed, more physical, and if you can, more crit chance. A good thing with Baner's kitchen knife, for example, is actually that when you're killing a potion enemy, you will be healed, and you will be healed a lot, which are really nice. But you don't have to have Baner's kitchen knife. I'm using this helmet here, again a really defensive helmet, have good armor, some strength, which are nice, some accuracy, which are always nice. Try to get some accuracy in this build, it will get really important. And I also have some lightning resistance and some life, which are nice. This amulet here, really good accuracy. It gives me some strength, it gives me some mana, life, even some increased variety of item found, and some lightning resistance. And if you're gonna get the amulet, try to get the amulet which have like this, have some what I'm trying to say, I'm sorry. Have some life and resistance on it, as high life and as high resistance as possible, and even some accuracy if you can get one. I right now using a shield, using this nice shield here. Give me a good amount of armor, give me really good life, good resistance. And you can actually dual wield in this build, because I am not taking anything in the skill tree, which makes me have to use a shield. But I'm not taking anything in the skill tree, which makes that I can't dual wield. So if you want to go for some damage, you can dual wield instead, if you want. And by the way, I almost forgot. Instead of using a rare helmet, you can use a helmet called Abyssus, which are a unique helmet. And if you use Abyssus, your damage will be really high. But then you will trade off your defense for some really high offense. So you can see it on screen right now. But you can use Abyssus if you want. But if you're using Abyssus, I really recommend using a shield. I'm using this ring here, which again, I'm mostly using this ring for the resistance. It also have some nice increased physical damage to attacks, which are pretty nice. But it is not the best ring, but it gives me a really good resistance, so that's the main reason I'm using it. This boots here, it says Calm's Root, sorry. It will it give me the unwavering stand keystone, so I can't get stunned. And also I can't get knocked back, but it doesn't have any sockets. And you can see this one you see on screen now. I have used transmog on it, so it doesn't look like this. You can see it on screen how it looks. But I don't like the looks of it. I think that they are too big, so I transmogged it into this one. And also give me a good amount of life. I'm using this belt here. Again, it is a rustic stash, so it gives me some physical damage. It also gives me a good amount of life and resistance, and also some armor, which are nice. So try to get a belt like this, which has high life and as high resistance as possible. And if you can get it as a rustic stash, that's even better. That's even better. I have these nice gloves here. They actually give me some evasion rating, which actually don't help me at all, but yeah, these are nice gloves anyway, and give me good resistance and good life, and even some good accuracy. So try to get some of the accuracy and good life and good resistance. I have this ring here. Again, both of my rings are not the best, but this is what I have. Again, try to get a ring with as high life and resistance as possible. If you can get some physical damage on it, even better. And finally, I have my armor. I'm using Dressus Defiance, I think it's called, and I'm using it mainly because I want some endurance charges when I'm killing things. But you don't have to use this one, and if you have a 6-linked armor, use that instead. Try to get armor with as high armor as possible, and as high life and resistance as possible. But again, this is a really nice armor. I have some armors here on screen. Another armor you can use is Belly of the Beast, which are pretty much even better than this one, but I really like this one. And that's pretty much it. So now we're going to go over the gems I'm using. I'm going to start with my Lightning Strike setup. So we have Lightning Strike here. It is supported by Multi-Strike, Weapon Elemental Damage, Faster Attacks, and added fire damage. You can't use melee physical damage, because melee physical damage will not apply on your projectiles when you're attacking enemies. It will apply to the initial melee hit, but it will not apply to the projectiles, and your tooltip DPS will only show your melee attack. So my melee attack will do 30k damage, but the projectiles will not do as high damage as that. So that's something to remember. And you can use some other games also. You can use like Point Blank if you want. You can use, I think you can use some other games as well. So you can play around and see what works best for you. But I really like this setup. Then another setup I have is one of the new setups in my aura setup, which are Beskrivning, which makes your curses into an aura. And I'm using Predator's Mark because I want some endurance charges when I'm killing enemies. It even gives me back some life when hitting enemy, and even some mana. It also decreases the enemy's chance to actually dodge my attacks. It actually fills up my flasks even faster as well. So my flask will pretty much always be filled up. And cursed enemy have less evasion, so the chance that I'm missing some enemies will be even lower. And another setup I'm using, I actually have a Herald of Ash. If I not want to use the curses, I want to use some Herald of Ash, I go with this one. I even have a Hatred. Hatred I always have up, which are the big damage giver to this build. If I take away Hatred, you see I lost 7,000 damage. So that's a very powerful aura. Then I actually have a Whirling Blade setup, which are Whirling Blade with faster attacks. That's pretty much all of my gems. I have a lot of empty gem slots, and I can probably use them for a cost on damage taken setup. I have not made one yet. I think I'm gonna use a cost on damage taken setup with which have Molten Strike. And that's pretty much my gem. If you have any questions about the gems I'm using, and any questions about the build in general, feel free to ask me in the comments. And I'm gonna do a real gameplay soon, and you can see more of this character in action. But anyway, thanks all you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And take care everyone, and Happy Christmas again. Happy Christmas again.